Coming at you live, covering all things professional wrestling. A show by members of the Busted Open Nation. Welcome to the Nation's Corner. Here are your hosts, the Nation's Corner crew.
What's happening, Nation's Corner fam? I'm your host, Tony Justice, and I don't know who we have over there. Looks like
Well, let me just stop you right there, Tony Justice. I am the Mongrovian Hitman. I'm the best there is, the best there was, the best there ever will be, until that idiot Goldberg ruined my career.
Yeah, I got a pop of you. Yeah, that's cool.
I have mine up there too. It's way too high up on
I
the
just
wall,
want to
though.
wish best of
no
luck
way I'm
coming up
reaching it.
at All In. I just want to wish best of luck to Daniel Bryanson, Bryan Danielson, whatever his name is.
Well,
I
that's
hope
good.
he kicks Swerve's head in like Goldberg kicked my head in. What's up, people?
What's up, man?
Hey,
Oh,
the championship belt fits.
that's good.
Awesome.
That's good. I
Love
like
it.
the big gold belt. Hell yeah.
Love
I'm
it.
on the
We got
second.
Mongo.
Woo! Now I can
You got-
breathe. Holy shit! Now I know what it was like for like women in like the 1890s having to wear freaking girdles, man. Damn.
Yeah. Well, Mongrovian Mike's in the house, and so that now we've got one more host to
How do
announce.
you like the
to
muscles?
introduce.
Huh?
I like them. I like them. Are those yours?
Woo!
We have the one,
those
the
real?
only, the great, the powerful Debhausen. How you doing, Deb?
I'm fantastic. I did not expect this show to start this way.
Well, I
But
knew
okay.
something was up. I knew
What
something
is
was up.
happening here?
I knew something was up when I didn't see him, and I figured he was just, going to the restroom just to spite us because we were having a conversation earlier.
Yeah, here's what usually happens. I usually don't feel like I usually feel like I don't have to do anything, but then if I stand up, all of a sudden things shift around and I gotta, hey, I'm
That's
old.
TMI.
I'm sorry,
That's TMI, brother.
but I'm
TMI.
all right,
Yeah,
man. The meds are working. Look, I'm even
Oh my
drinking.
goodness. Cheers, y'all.
Cheers, people. Let's
Cheers.
cheers to the life of
Alpha Noah.
that's right, Alpha Anoa.
Rest in peace. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace, Papa, as his students and family called him. Rest in peace. He's up there. He's up there with Sika now. The other half of the
Yes.
Wild Samoans, a great tag team. And just like Bully would say, the story was like you saw those guys and you were legit scared shit. Any guys that are sitting there biting dead chickens' necks and stuff, and just doing the craziest stuff. But cheers to them.
Yeah, I know. Here, living in Allentown, the I say a lot that I kind of wish I was a wrestling fan back in those days when the indie scene here was really booming, because we had AFA's promotion here in this area. I know I saw Ian Riccaboni posted on Twitter, and anybody who's local around here in the indie scene knows who Big Dan is. And Big Dan posted on Twitter as well the connections that they had with AFA and the family being in the Lehigh Valley area here. The Lehigh Valley in Allentown has such a rich history in pro wrestling, and I'm constantly reminded of that. In so many ways, I'm constantly reminded of wrestling history here in Allentown. So yeah, it's definitely. I saw several posts from the local news here on social media that they shared an article saying that he had passed away, and reading through the comments, so many people commenting on a local news Facebook page saying how they had connections with him and the family over the years, or they remember going to wrestling shows in Allentown, things like that. So that's really cool to see here from a local standpoint.
Yeah. I mean, they've definitely left an impact on the wrestling world. and that they're still continuing to leave impacts because of the family, the bloodline. And it wouldn't have started without Alpha and Sika. So, and of course, High Chief Peter Maivia. So, rest in peace, Alpha. I'm sure we're gonna hear plenty of stories coming out in the near future of Alpha and Sika, different professional wrestlers sharing their stories. I know we've heard Bully talk about his first experience with Wild Samoans, seeing them through the curtain, and I don't think he was supposed to see it, but that whole and if you haven't heard that story, I'm sure he'll tell it again.
Bully told that, yeah, we saw them smoking a joint.
Yes, yeah. So
Playing
yeah,
cards.
they've definitely left their impact, and that's exactly what you want to do. In my opinion, that's what you want to do. That's what you try to achieve in any kind of sport, any kind of thing that you do. You want to leave your mark, and you want to leave a positive mark. So, and they did. So rest in peace, Alpha. And so yeah, we've got a huge bunch of people in the chat. We've got RJ, of course, RA, Mad Mac. What's up, Mac? Tonight is John Bay's birthday. So happy birthday, John Bay.
Happy birthday, John.
And I'm not going to give you a GFY because I don't do that kind of thing. And I'm not stealing John's gimmick.
Why are you saying happy birthday? Happy birthday to our very own friend Dante Drago is the best.
Nice.
Happy birthday, brother. But
there's a lot of birthdays going on because I believe it's Danhausen's birthday and Saraya's birthday as well.
Tony, was I saying? I think it's somebody else's birthday today too. Danhausen.
Yeah.
Happy, very good. Have a very good but very evil birthday out there, Dan.
I've been seeing his pictures on social media. Him and his wife are traveling in Japan. Looks like they're having a grand old time.
Oh, that poor guy.
And of course, John couldn't be here tonight. John couldn't be here tonight, but his offspring is. Hello, Brooke.
Hi, Brooke.
Glad to see you in the live chat.
Yes. John is in Philly for a CZW show, and he sent us a picture.
A free show in the park.
For anyone who's been to Philly, Love Park is one of the most famous tourist spots in Philly. It's a free CZW show and the ring is set up right in the middle of Love Park. So nice. That's pretty cool. So John's out there having fun at indie wrestling.
Raising hell, I'm sure. Because John can't go anywhere without raising hell. So
maybe he'll get someone his leg to hit someone with.
Yeah, hey.
Guitar Red says Indy Hartwell's birthday as well. Indy Hartwell's
nice.
Birthday, Indy.
Nice. Yeah, cool. Lots of birthdays.
Yeah. Isn't it Saraya's birthday too?
Yes.
Saraya, yeah.
Cool. Yes, Saraya's birthday.
I think it was her 22nd birthday, she said, right?
That's what she said. I'm not so sure.
Well, Saraya, from the Nation's Corner to you, happy effing birthday, and fuck all the haters.
Yes, most people have heard me speak before about my feelings for Saraya. I absolutely love her. She was one of the first female wrestlers that I saw since I had really started getting into pro wrestling. She was one of the first female wrestlers that I saw that really dared to be different and break out of that typical blonde kind of mold.
I was just gonna say that she wasn't your prototype WWE style wrestler, or in style, or because she was a little more. She was that British strong style type taught by her dad and mom.
So she was hard hitting.
Exactly.
But just her look and her personality, she wasn't the typical blonde. And I identified with that, even though I did used to dye my hair blonde, but, kind of as a young woman, I identified with someone who was different and didn't fit the mold.
She had the black hair and the pale, the pale milky skin. And she was just
perfect. I once dyed my hair very dark blue because she had her hair very dark blue for a time period.
Hey, she kind of paved the way. She paved the way for the Rhea Ripleys,
exactly
coming out different. Hey, that black lipstick, not red, not You know, I
love Black
God bless
lipstick.
him. We love all the Tiffies and everything, but we need different sometimes.
Do we though?
I do. You don't. That's good because it works on you. Her gimmick works on you. Don't meet her because she'll probably go, oh man, I don't want to meet her because she's probably super nice in real life. And
oh yeah, I mean,
so just keep that character.
I'm not saying
in your
she's
head
a bad
and hate
person.
her. Yeah, you don't have to. We don't have to see pictures of her wedding and her having pictures with fans at Whataburger. We don't need that. Let's keep hating the hating the heels and loving the faces.
Yeah. Yes.
Well, happy
play
birthday,
along,
everyone.
everybody. Play along. You don't have to be so smart all the fucking time.
Yeah.
Yes. Sometimes it's okay as a pro wrestling fan. It's okay to buy in and just get lost in the story and the characters.
I'm not going to throw a friend
right?
on. I'm not going to throw a friend under the bus, but that person led her daughter to believe that Stone Cold Steve Austin was still wrestling to this very day.
One night only. I'm going to bring back a very old saying. Fuck Chad.
Chad's getting the first GFY.
He got the GFY.
Wow, John's not here, and poor John Day doesn't get the GFY today yet. First.
Oh man.
But we all like you, John. So we're not gonna.
Well, Chad,
we're not gonna GFY you, bro.
Yeah. Chad's fresh off his trip to New York City. He went and saw the Stray Cats the other night.
Yeah, he rocked that town inside out.
He rocked that town. Yeah. So,
Chad, for your information, I have never read any Twilight books or seen any Twilight movies. Not my thing.
Chad, do you suffer from the Stray Cat blues the day after seeing them because you're not seeing them now?
Yeah, Chad has been out and about all week. Saw the Stray Cats in New York City, did some sightseeing, ate some amazing food.
I can't reference a different Stray Cat song, you fuck. I didn't see them 500 times like you.
Okay.
Come on, he's doing what they do on the show. He's taking us off track.
Yeah.
Surprised he hadn't us online.
Surprised he hadn't butt dialed me yet. Anyway,
well, now that you mentioned that, it'll be coming in a few minutes.
In 3, 2, 1.
Anyway, let's talk some wrestling.
Yeah, let's talk some wrestling, y'all. So, Deb, where you want to start first?
Well, since we were kind of talking about the Bloodline, let's start with the Bloodline and what happened this week in WWE world.
Yeah, so on SmackDown last night, we got the another face-off with Solo and Roman, and I had mentioned, and mind you, I did not listen to Busted Open today, so I don't know what they talked about. But from what I saw last night, Solo said the same exact thing, almost to the letter, that he said the week prior, calling out Roman. If you want this Ulafala, come get it from me, or come take it from me.
But also earlier in the evening, there was a backstage segment where he said he told why am I blanking? Tama Tonga.
Mm-hmm.
He told him, if Roman wins this back from me, he's the tribal chief, and you must acknowledge him as your tribal chief, and I will too. He said that earlier in the evening. I missed that one. But cool. Yeah, I think you weren't watching then. You missed that part. But yeah, other than that, that was earlier on in Raw. But yeah, during that his in-ring promo, he did pretty much kind of say the same thing. Yeah. So Roman comes out, he had the Ulafala in his hand. He had it around his neck. And the pop that he got whenever he put that thing around his neck, he got a huge pop for that, just that alone. And then here comes Jacob Fatu, knocks it right off of him, and he got beat down. And I think Bully even said that a few weeks ago on Busted Open, how Roman the Bloodline 2.0 has to
get their strength back, even though they didn't have all the members there in the ring last night. But they have to get back their strength back. And Roman has to be laid out. And Roman was laid out last night. So now I think the next time we see Roman, he might have a little backup with him. What do y'all think?
Well, first of all, let's say who he was laid out by.
Yeah, out of nowhere, Jacob Fatu
with the boot on, with the boot on. Now, is he? Yeah. I was wondering, is he Greg the Hammer Valentining it? You know, Cowboy Bob Orton Senior, Junior doing it. You know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Thanks for the support, Chad. Appreciate it. Anyway,
watch SmackDown. We just gave Chad all the spoilers. Sorry you forgot last night was Friday. As long as you remembered Saturday was our show, that was cool. We tolerate him. We tolerate that guy.
I mean, we can, I'll give him the fact that he remembered that our show was on today.
Yeah. Hey, Deb, was that passive aggressive or what?
What's not with that guy?
No.
We love you, Chad.
Oh my God. Okay.
But anyway, yeah. So, I expect the next time we see Roman, he'll have some backup with him. Possibly, we start seeing remnants of the original Bloodline forming again. Hopefully. What do y'all think, Mongrovian Mike? What do you think, man?
I think it's all slowly simmering towards a civil, a civil war with that on the line. That's it.
Yeah.
What is it called again? The Falaula? The Ulafala?
Ulafala.
Falaula. The Ulafala.
Yeah,
yes. And it's I mean, of course, now the added extra unfortunate real life stuff that's happened in the past is yesterday and about a month or so ago.
A couple months ago.
Couple of months, yes.
In June.
Yeah, so I mean, both brothers and fathers and uncles of many WWE superstars now and past, and just, I mean, it really is. And this is a family that's gonna, when they say that, when you hear the words that there's more than one royal family in wrestling, that is so true, and there's more than two, that's for sure. And that there's you got them, you got the Von Erichs, you got the Harts, but I mean the Samoan family is just that, those roots are entrenched and deep and very talented.
Yeah.
And right now very heartbroken.
Yeah. So
Deb,
what are your thoughts?
So I thought, the attack last night on Roman came really out of the blue. And we were sitting on Zoom, and I think even Steven said, this is kind of like really just this similar as to what happened last week. And then there comes Jacob Fatu, and we're like, oh, well, never mind.
Yeah.
There's that. I agree that it's kind of, they're doing baby steps. We're getting a little bit more every week, and that's the beauty of what the Bloodline story has been for the past few years is, they're really doing a good job of moving very slowly with this. And I think for the most part, not losing the attention span of most fans. Of course, there's going to be some people who, think it's boring or whatever, but
he hasn't even picked up the microphone yet, has he?
I know. That's the thing. So he hasn't even spoken on the microphone yet, and this has been this is the third week.
Because you're waiting, because although the first pop we heard was loud, when he came at the other night, that was louder. When he finally grabs a mic and just doesn't even say a word yet into it, when he has a mic in his hand, you heard them how loud they got when he put the
Oh my God,
follow
yeah.
Ula, the Ula follow, whatever you call it, around his neck, So it's they just keep going like we talk about. Paul Heyman said it was in the third. They were in the middle of the third inning. They're not even to the seventh inning stretch yet. That's for sure.
Right.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
probably. That's probably pretty accurate if you think about it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, once, we've said it before, once stuff starts kind of simmering with the bloodline and you think it's getting cold, then something else is introduced into the story and it just hits it right off again. So, yeah. So, now it's going to start getting even better with Roman and who's going to come to his aid. And we all pretty much know, just assuming not, we don't know anything. We don't know we don't read the dirt sheets. We don't do anything of that nature. So
No.
just from assumption, you would think that Jimmy and Jay will hopefully get back together, and then you'll have Sami Zayn helping with the whole thing. So the honorary Uce, and of course, you got to have Paul Heyman back in the mix too. So
I think that might be what we're getting next week. Maybe. I'm not quite sure yet. But I think maybe that's what we're getting next week, that Paul Heyman comes back even before we hear Roman on the microphone.
Right.
That Paul Heyman is the next piece that introduces itself.
Yeah.
And maybe he speaks for Roman for a couple more weeks until we finally get to hear Roman.
Yeah, that would work, because people are clamoring for Roman to anything he does now,
Yeah.
Like I said, when he put the Ula Follow around his neck, he got a pop. So just imagine, like you said earlier, just imagine when he reaches for that microphone and lifts it up, the people are just going to be, riding that wave, and then all of a sudden when he talks, everybody's just going to, pop. So
Bash in Berlin is
the end of this
2
month,
weeks away.
31st, right?
Yeah. Yeah, so that's 2 weeks away.
Yeah.
So maybe we only hear Roman speak on the Go Home show, SmackDown, before the show. Before the
Obviously, we expect something big for Bash at Berlin. Got it.
Yeah. Bash at the Berlin Beach. Anyway.
Does Germany have beaches? I don't think so. They're not on water.
I know, Deb. It was a WCW joke. It went over your head.
I know. No, they are on water. Never mind that. I'm an idiot.
Well, so anyway,
Anyhow,
that was SmackDown. And they kind of went off hot with the Jacob Fatu attack, and then Solo, and Tama. So anyway, where to next, Deb?
So let's talk about the Judgment Day real quick. We had on Raw. I'm blanking again on the match. I just rewatched it earlier. But we got some Judgment Day action on Raw. And it definitely looks like the Terror Twins, Damian and Rhea, they're gonna defend themselves against Judgment Day 2.0.
Dom and Liv.
Dom and Liv and Finn and Carlito.
Well, there's a mixed tag match at Bash in Berlin.
Yes.
The Terror Twins versus Dom and Liv. So that ought to be interesting.
Yes. Yeah, that will be that's going to be incredible, honestly. I think this story between Rhea and Dom and Liv has captured a lot of people's attention. And I really when you've got Rhea and Liv on screen, like How can you go wrong?
Right. Great Garth Brooks reference there, Steven.
Oh, that's right. I get it.
And Brooke asked the question. I want to hit this right quick before you go on, Deb.
Okay.
Are we getting Roman versus Solo at the Bash? I don't know. I mean, that's a good question because you got to have Roman versus Solo at some point.
Right.
Would that be a match for a? Because Bash in Berlin is not one of the big PLEs. It's what do you call those secondary PLEs?
It's an international show though. Don't consider it a secondary show. It's an international show. It's gonna be a massive stadium show.
That's true.
Just like all the other European, and other international stadium shows they've been doing.
That's true. You're right, Deb. I'm wrong. Yeah. So, but would a match with that caliber be at a PLE that's only 2 weeks away? Like, or would you?
That's the thing.
Save that for Bad Blood? Would you save that for Bad Blood?
Ooh. That honestly, especially because of the name Bad Blood, that might be a great matchup to save for that show. And because they have done such a great job of having this story kind of just slowly moving along, that I think Bash at Berlin just 2 weeks away is too soon for that.
Yeah, because you're gonna have Gunther versus Randy.
We need a little more suspense to build towards the Roman and Solo showdown. Right.
Yeah, there could be a tag team match or something because they still got the titles, don't they?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So.
Yes.
Yeah. That's interesting though. Great question, Brooke. It's definitely something to keep in the back of our minds, because it's definitely coming. Right. They've got to have that showdown. But I think before they have that showdown, there's got to be a few more pieces of the puzzle introduced, I think.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
But anyway,
you don't want anything bigger than like, I mean, Cody against Kevin Owens that's going to have to close out the night as far as I'm concerned. But
yeah, I would think.
Right.
That's true.
So anyway.
So yeah, back to Judgment Day. I'm really liking Rhea and Damian as a tag now.
The Terra Twins.
Yeah. The Terra Twins. Yeah, I think it's incredible. And we were talking last week about the Damian Priest documentary, and I think I'll reiterate what I said last week, kind of about it. Just the documentary is just an extension of the storyline. To make Damian Priest more of a beloved babyface now. We got to see a little bit more of his backstory. And I think the documentary really showcased the friendship between Damian and Rhea, the bond that they have. And I think that's really something special. And they just look freaking amazing together.
Oh, yeah.
Like the two of them standing side by side, they just look absolutely incredible.
Definitely intimidating. I mean,
yeah,
you wouldn't want to cross them coming down a dark alley. That's for sure.
Especially you want to build that up too. You want everyone to love that because it's obviously building up towards them against Dom and Liv.
Yeah. And I enjoyed the visual Monday on Raw when Rhea was in the ring. And Dom and Liv were up in the, upper deck, in the crowd in one of the breezeways. And all of a sudden, Damian Priest just appears behind them. That was cool. And then the, drama ensued with Dom and Rhea being chased away like they're supposed to be doing. They're chicken shit heels.
They triangulated them.
Yeah. So, and then you almost got Liv getting put through a table, and she got, Dom snatched her away. Was that last week? And then this week, And then this week, Rhea tried to do her move on her, and then Dom snatched her out. outside the ring. So
Yeah.
they're building the suspense for the eventual beatdown that she's going to get, and it's going to happen
Right.
at Bash at Berlin, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So but I've said this before, Liv's character right now and is amazing. I love her character work right now.
Coming into her own now.
Yeah, yeah. Rhea, of course, I mean, we've all said this about Rhea for, months and months now. Her character work is top notch. I mean, she's one of the top women in the company right now.
Yeah.
Just
In the business.
I would shudder to say top women in all of professional wrestling. Because
Oh, for sure.
she's just got it all. She's got it all, and Charlotte, I hope Charlotte comes back soon, but Rhea's right there under Charlotte in my opinion. I mean, just she's a superstar.
I can't wait. I can't wait for a little more seasoning and see her standing across the ring from Jade. That's gonna be a sight to see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
there's more than just Jade, obviously.
Yeah. Well, let's switch over to AEW. We got big pay-per-view coming up next weekend, next Sunday. AEW All In. And I want to hit on the fact that before we start talking about All In, they made the announcement earlier this week that AEW All In 2025 is going to be in Arlington, Texas, which is right up the road from where I live. So me and some friends and my cousin are actually talking about going.
Awesome.
They
Texas
tagged me on Twitter the other day.
Yes.
Yeah. Shout out to Robert Ayler and Joey Slagle and Justin Adams, my cousin. So yeah, I hope I can go to that. That would be really cool. And of course, if any of y'all can make the trip, that'd be even better. So
I know Garza said he wants to go.
Yeah, that would be cool. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really, really exciting. That announcement is just awesome. I have a feeling that AEW has a lot of really good stuff coming up on the horizon. We still have to hear about, whatever TV or streaming deal that they get next. But yeah, the announcement of All In next year, and I know Thunder was kind of talking about it a little bit yesterday on Busted Open. They've, had such a great partnership with the people in, the city of Arlington. And, they've been doing a lot of shows there. They've been doing a lot of the Ring of Honor tapings there. And yeah, it seems like they've built a really, really good relationship there that Texas could become, one of their other kind of home bases that they go to frequently. They get great crowds whenever they're in Texas. So why not?
Deb, right there where they're going to have that is right there where we were for 38, right there, that same, area right there. So, and we had a blast there at that, in that area. I mean, that was an amazing time.
The live venue there at the stadium, plaza, that's where the Busted Open party was held there, and that's just a great outdoor entertainment venue. And with all the bars and different restaurants inside, and and all the stadiums and arenas are right around there in kind of the same general area. It's really a cool place. We had a ton of fun there that weekend for WrestleMania. And even I think we've told this story maybe once or twice on the show before. Like, we had planned to go to the Mission Pro show after the Busted Open party. We were going to leave right away after the Busted Open party and go over to Mission Pro, which was held at a place maybe 15-20 minutes away. But the parking lot traffic was so crazy because the baseball game had just let out and the parking lot was just gridlocked, and we couldn't leave. So I think after we sat there in the parking lot trying to get out of the parking lot for like 20 minutes until we just said, screw it, let's just stay here. And we just had a blast hanging out at that whole place.
Yeah, Neil makes a good point. It is a great place, but it's not the home of our favorite football team, which everyone knows. It is the Rangers Stadium, so but the Cowboy Stadium is in the. I mean, it's in the background, so it's going to be overlooking everything.
It's just a short walk down the
it is.
It's still part of this same big complex.
Right. So, you know how Dave had the rant about the shadows of New York City with New Jersey.
Yeah.
The shadows of Cowboy Stadium there because it's there. I mean, you cannot miss it. I mean, that stadium is state of the art. It's huge, and that's what she said. So, I mean, so it's just right there across the road. So, it'll be a great time. I'm hoping I get to go, and I'm hoping a lot of y'all can try to make the trip too. So, but anyway, so I'm glad that and speaking of Mission Pro, I want to go ahead and hit on this. We were talking about trying to make Mission Pro and while we were there for WrestleMania 38, tonight they're having their they're going on hiatus after tonight. And Izzy is main eventing with Thunder Rosa tonight, so that ought to be a great match for Izzy. Because like we discussed earlier, Thunder's going to take her to another level, it's going to be a fight, and our very own Garza is going to be there in attendance. So, good luck, Izzy, and good luck to Mission Pro. Y'all gave us some great years, and I hope that y'all figure things out and come back even better. So
anyway. And we know that Izzy will do great things no matter where she goes. So it's Mission Pro has been a great opportunity for her, and they're doing right by her. So I'm glad.
Yeah, Izzy's got a whole future ahead of her. She's going to be doing some things. Mark our words. Izzy is going to be doing some things in the wrestling business. Sooner rather than later.
Yeah.
So
just like we just recently saw another young man just sign developmental.
Yep.
Yes.
Mr. Jacob Henry.
Jacob Henry. Yes.
Yes. Big, huge congratulations to Jacob Henry. We've all met him, and he's fantastic.
Yes.
He's going to be a star.
Yeah. Quick Jacob Henry story. Now that I'm thinking about it, it was at a Mission Pro show too. We were in the crowd for I think it was Thunder and Dave when Dave first.
Yeah, it was that first show that you all went to. Yeah.
And so at the Mission Pro shows during the main event, they throw streamers like in New Japan. They throw the streamers, right? And Jacob was sitting beside me in the crowd. See, Mark and Ryan McKenna were sitting one row ahead of us, and we were sitting behind them, and Jacob was sitting beside me. And he was saying, "Man, I wish I had some streamers." And so I saw where they had them at, and I went over there and got him a couple different colors, blue and red or whatever. And I gave them to him, and he got so excited. He goes, "Dad, Dad!" And Mark turns around, "Look what Tony got me." And Mark just looked at me and just shook his head and turned back around. and Jacob threw those streamers in the ring. It was so awesome. But yeah, Jacob's grown up.
He don't talk like that now.
Yeah. Jacob has grown up before our very eyes. I mean, we've gotten to spend some time with Jacob, and I'm so proud of the man he's become. And he's taken right after his dad.
Both those kids, man.
Yes, and JoJo is on her way too.
Yeah, and JoJo. So,
great parents. Great parents, not just it's not just because Mark Henry there's a lot of work that he put in, and when you saw that biography on him, man, that was amazing. That just he's different. He's different. I was just showing Jackie the video of him rolling up the frying pan, and she's just
yeah.
All right. Back to AEW. So yeah, we have All In next weekend, Sunday afternoon. Don't forget, it's an afternoon show because it's overseas. I will be at work, so I will be watching from work. No, I can't do that. So yeah, it's a short card so far, unless they have more matches to announce. It's a short card, which is great. So we don't have to talk over every single match because we still have next week's show to kind of do our predictions and stuff.
Yeah, I agree.
But I specifically wanted to mention Mariah May was on Busted Open yesterday with Matt Camp and Nick and Thunder. And it was an incredible interview. If anybody missed it, go on Busted Open's YouTube. They have the whole video of the interview.
It was a great in-character interview.
Yes.
Yeah, incredible interview. And yeah, her character is fascinating to me.
Yes.
Because she came in and she was kind of doing the whole Damien Mizdow kind of gimmick, like copying Tony Storm, wearing the same gear, doing the same entrance kind of thing. And it was awesome. And just
but at
the
some
whole
point it morphed. At some point it did morph.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, at some point it did morph. And I think it's been incredible storytelling. And she did say in the interview on Busted Open yesterday that she's been working with RJ City. And she said RJ is a very talented writer, and it makes perfect sense. And we know that RJ had worked with Tony Storm on her character stuff. But yeah, this whole thing has been really awesome to see. And I really loved hearing that she said that the reason why she chose to sign with AEW is because Tony Khan came to her with a full plan of this whole story.
Yeah.
And I think that's really incredible. And that kind of shows something that a lot of fans don't think that AEW has. A lot of people may have this misconception that AEW is just kind of like booked day to day. And of course there's always going to be some things that change last minute or whatever. But I thought it was really, really awesome to hear that this whole story had been laid out and planned that far in advance when she signed.
Right. Now, especially within the last few months, AEW's done a better job of telling some stories. And this is one of the stories we're talking about, this story here.
Yeah.
And the thing I took away from that interview yesterday on Busted Open, Mariah comes on completely in character, and Thunder and her actually kind of go at it a little bit. But Mariah's, I would say, attention to detail on certain things she said. One thing she said in particular that really got me, I mean, it was like a hook and mouth kind of thing. She got me in the whole interview, was when she was talking about what she was going to do to Tony Storm at next week and All In. And she went, and she's going to die. The way she just whispered that, oh my God, that was like, oh my God, that was like, you got me. And the thing, all the vignettes we've been seeing of her on AEW television, the black and white vignettes, she's kind of taken Tony Storm's motivation and gone the dark route with it.
Yes.
And it is amazing. And Mariah May has quickly become one of my favorites on AEW. Mongrovian Mike, what are your thoughts on Mariah May?
It's probably my favorite story in AEW going on right now. There's other stories I like, but that's definitely the one I like. I'm intrigued to see where we're going to go with Danielson. But a new friend out there, if you want to pull it up, he's got Fletcher WWE Fanatic said Hangman better win the casino and screw Danielson on the main event because his obsession with Swerve should let him do that to be
that'll be interesting. That would be interesting.
And Fletcher does have Fletcher was saying earlier on, good night everybody, and then all of a sudden
Yeah, he must have had an energy drink or something. He came back.
A whole lot of stuff to chew on there. So I'll bring up the one. But if people want to go back and check out, if you want to agree or disagree with some of his takes on what's going on in AEW and with WWE, go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah, we appreciate.
No problem, Fletch, man. Of course, you know what? It's not just for us to read. It's for whoever's watching, the few people watching, and the other people that will come on and check out the comments later on when they watch the replay.
Yeah.
We appreciate all the interaction in the live chat. We may not get to everyone's comment, but we do try to highlight what we think is interesting, and what we think is dumb, we just don't even acknowledge it. So that's
just
that's
fans.
what we do. We're fans just like you are. We're nobody special. We're just fans who happen to do a YouTube show, and we get to discuss things like this. So, but we appreciate all the interaction.
This is just our kind of weekly chat. We all kind of talk about things privately throughout the week. Like we, do watch alongs privately in our own friend group. And then we just get on here every Saturday night and just kind of chat about everything that we think.
Yeah. Yeah. And we've gotten where we've gotten.
Stop that.
No, John's one of our loyal live chatters and fans. So we appreciate John Bay.
Yes.
But yeah, so we've gotten to where we've gotten, and I'll just flat out say it. We've gotten where we've gotten because of respect. We respect pro wrestling as a whole. We respect people in the industry. We don't crap on. If we don't like something, we don't crap on it. We just we have a way of discussing things, and if we don't like something, we don't have to bring attention to it. So many people, they think that they've got, just because they don't like something, they've got to voice their opinion, and my opinion's got to be heard. Well, we're not really.
Yeah, we just keep it positive here. We just talk about what we like, and
we
try to we're fans.
Yeah.
And we just keep it positive and talk about what we're enjoying throughout pro wrestling. And we just don't get sucked into the negativity of the negative side of social media.
Right. Yeah, the good, the evil, the positive, negative. We
or spoilers or dirt sheet shit.
Yeah, and we just do this for fun. We love just coming on here every Saturday night. We just do this for fun. None of us are looking to make a living out of this. We're not professional podcasters. We're just fans who like to chat.
John got his GFY.
If you want to buy them, no, I'm just fucking.
I'm glad that Neil took it upon himself to carry out John's duty on the GFY towards John Bay. So
he said duty.
Oh my God! Stop it.
So anyway, another thing I'd like to point out. I want to welcome Guitar Red to the live chat. I learned something about him today on Twitter. He's a guitar player. Of course, we can all
sure
kind of gather that from his name. But
is his Guitar Red?
Yes, Guitar Red. And
no, I'm saying, is his guitar red?
I don't know. He'd have to answer that.
Or does he play guitar and he's got red hair and people call him Red? Which is like a boring name, For people with red hair, can someone come up with a different nickname than just Red or Ginger? It's just stupid now.
Yeah. But anyway, so he played guitar for an Elvis tribute artist. And I don't particularly know which one it was, but that piqued my interest because I myself used to be an Elvis tribute artist back in the day, and those were fun days. Yes, I had to wear a wig. Yes, I wore a jumpsuit and the whole 9 yards. But yeah, it was fun. Have I seen a
picture of this?
No, because there's no pictures. Because it's funny that you mentioned a picture, because the pictures I had of it were on my other iCloud account, and I got locked out of that account. And I don't know where those pictures went. I can't access them anymore because I
can't see you with an Elvis wig on. Damn.
No, but I'm sure someone out there has a picture of that. So,
Deb, you can recreate the Seinfeld episode.
If your sister watches this, I need your sister to dig up a picture for me.
Deb, you can recreate the Seinfeld episode where Elaine rips the wig off of George's head and throws it out the window. You go, come here, Tony. Rip this Elvis wig off and throw it out the window.
The only thing I have from those days, it'll have to be whenever I get done unpacking. When I get into the actual studio back behind me, I still have my cape, and it's bedazzled. It has the American flag on the back of it. It's bedazzled. I still have it, and I had it up in the other house on the ceiling. So, but I'll definitely pull it out once I get unpacked, and I'll show it on the show one of these weeks. So
okay.
But that's the best you can get, There's no pictures, unfortunately, so far anyway.
All right. One more thing before we wrap up. I want to talk about Swerve and Bryan Danielson. I really, really enjoyed the video package that they did on Dynamite for Bryan Danielson for his, upcoming retirement, whatever you want to call it. Just honoring his career, and it was a very, very well made video with Green Day. Like, anybody from like my age group, like that song was like the graduation song for so many people. I know we were talking about the other night. Seth said it was his graduation song. I know my older brother, I believe it was his graduation song. So that song is like burned into our brains. And as cliche as it might be, it was really the perfect song to pick for that video.
Yeah.
But this match, first of all, the match is going to be intense, intense on a whole other level.
A new level.
And I've been enjoying what Swerve has been doing. We've heard on Busted Open, Bully has been a bit critical, and rightfully so, of the way that AEW promotes Swerve. Sometimes in their promotional graphics, they don't even say on there that he's the champion. And Bully has said multiple times that, when you put promo graphics together, like, the champion should stand out. The champion should, like, when you look at a show poster, it should be obvious who on that poster is the champion.
Right.
They should look different. They should stand out. And it's funny because after Bully talked about that on Busted Open, not that long after that, it was, within an hour or so, AEW posted a new graphic that looked better. So, So yeah, I agree with that point. And I think, they're starting to make little improvements here and there in that. And when something, it seems like, anyway, when something specific like that gets pointed out, they do fix it.
Yeah. Yeah. And Bully, people want to say that Bully critiques AEW too much, or he has a negative opinion about AEW. And my opinion is that he just wants to help AEW. And whether it's good or bad,
he's literally
he points it out.
offering his free advice to offer his experience and knowledge to help them be better.
Yeah. And anybody that would do that for someone,
person in the business wishing them failure.
No. But there's too many tribalists out there who only want one or the other, and that's it. And you can't.
Yeah.
That's a negative connotation, in my opinion. What Deb said a while ago about us promoting positivity. Well, positive part of all this is just enjoy pro wrestling. Just enjoy wrestling, period.
Yeah.
Just enjoy RASSLIN.
There's so many avenues. There's so many avenues on different websites and YouTube and
Oh my God, there's
TV
so much out there.
Wrestling.
There's
you
something
can
for
find
everyone,
wrestling related shit every single day of the week.
Yeah.
Every day. Yeah, people have different preferences, and not every show is going to appeal to every person. You know, there are some shows out there, you know, people aren't gonna like every show.
Mhm.
But you know, I think it's important to realize that just because a show may not be your favorite doesn't mean that you have to just constantly put it down or want it to not be there anymore.
Right.
No.
I
Fletcher said,
I like
Fletcher
watching
said,
a lot of different shows, and there are some shows I don't watch just because I really don't have enough hours in the day. It's very difficult to keep up with everything that we want to watch nowadays.
Yeah, even Fletcher said it's an exciting time to be a wrestling fan with WWE,
it really is. There's so
NXT,
much.
TNA, NJPW, CMLL, MLW, Hog, Row, and it goes on and on. The list goes on and on.
There's so much, and
we got Atlantic All Star over by you guys. I have Creative Pro here. I have Victory Pro. We have so many other. There's so many others.
Yeah. Speaking of Atlantic All Star, I will be remiss to mention that their next show is, I believe, the 14th of September, and it's called September Showdown. So if you're in and around the South Jersey, Philadelphia area, September 14th in Woodbury, New Jersey, September Showdown. Unfortunately, we won't be able to go because that's the day we're coming home from vacation. And I once tried to go to a wrestling event on the way home from the beach, and I was miserable. It was an extremely long day, and I'll never do it again.
Yeah, that's when we were in Philly for the ECW.
That's when we were in Philly. I literally left. I woke up at 4 a.m., got all the suitcases in the car, drove from Ocean City, Maryland to Philly to be there all day for a meet and greet and a show. And I oh my God, I was so miserable and tired. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to make this next Atlantic All-Star show, but if you're in or around the South Jersey area, definitely hit them up. They're on socials, Atlantic All-Star Wrestling. So, that's my plug for today.
Cool.
That's it.
All right. Well, that's a good way to end the show, I think.
Well, I'd like to just take a moment to just be a little more somber. This past week, we lost our good friend Mitch Rolstein from Hastel Toys, Grapplers and Gimmicks. A great guy, one of my best friends that I've made in the past couple of years. This past week, his wife Danielle succumbed to cancer. It just sucks. We have in our show link, we have for him condolences. So please go to our show link, and they have a GoFundMe page on our YouTube. What? Go ahead, explain that.
The description below
Click
the video.
on the description on our YouTube show, and
the link is in there for the GoFundMe.
The GoFundMe links for Danielle Rolstein, our good friend Mitch, and his son Mitchell. Lost a great mother and wife and business partner. So, just please go help them if you can. And also, a friend of ours, friend of the show, and a Busted Open Nation alumni. And once you're an alumni of Busted Open Nation, your family for life, except for Matt Kemp. I'm just kidding. But Ed Robinson, Evil Ed Robinson, also was just diagnosed with brain cancer, and they're trying to raise money for him too on the GoFundMe page. So those two pages, if we could go there and just share them on all pages, and please donate if you can, $5, $1, anything. Anything you can in your heart. So,
and if you can't donate, please retweet it. Please retweet it. Get the word out there.
Just at least retweet it, share it out there for more people.
So cheers to Evil Ed and to Mitch.
We
and
just
our prayers.
Evil Ed and Mitch's wife.
Prayers
I'm
are with
very
you all.
sad about that because I know Danielle, like, like Mitch told me, like, you're one of the friends of mine that Danielle actually likes a lot, and
That's high praise. That's high praise.
and yeah, especially with cranky old effer like me. But Danielle, rest in peace. You were taken away too soon.
That's exactly right.
Mitch is a great guy.
Well, we'll go ahead and end the show there. Like I said, prayers go.
Yeah, and everybody from the Busted Open Nation, send your love out to Ed Robinson. I know we shared the link. Bully shared the link for the GoFundMe. He was on Busted Open as the producer for a period of time, and we got to love him. I know he previously worked for Eddie Trunk as well. So yeah.
All right. Well, we'll go ahead and end the show there. Like I said, prayers go out to everyone. Mongrovian Mike, where can people find you on the socials, my friend?
Right there, you can read it on my screen. Mongrovian Mike. I'm all over the place. You'll get sick of me. Yeah,
you're exactly right. You are all over the place. And if you don't believe me, go back and watch the beginning of the show.
Nah.
So, anyway, Deb, where can people find you on the socials?
At That's So Debonair on Twitter and Instagram, and I don't know. Happy wrestling.
Yeah,
happy wrestling.
That's what it's all about, right?
RASSLIN. Wrestling.
That's wrestling.
Y'all can find me at Tony Justice AJFA on Twitter and Instagram. And if you are a Metallica fan, like I know all of us are, and a few people in the live chat, you know what that means. Ooh! Yeah. And we will catch you all on the flip.
We might be a little earlier next week, right?
No.
You messed up my outro. I don't know. That's something
no, because the pay-per-view is on Sunday.
I mess up the beginning, I'll mess up the end. That's it.
Anyway, we will catch you all on the flip.